Okay, so lesson number 13, motion and time. So in class 2, lesson number 13, motion and time. In class 6, we have learned about different types of motion. For example, periodic motion, straight line motion, circular motion, etc. So these all the types of the motion. Here I am giving you some examples. You have see here I am giving you some examples in your textbook, page number. On page number 142, 43, this table is there. See here examples of motions and types of motion. Soldier in a march past. Past which motion is there? So this is the straight line motion. Second is bullock cart moving on a straight road. Second, this is also a straight line motion. Third, hands of an athlete in a race. This is periodic motion. Pedals of a bicycle, circular motion. Motion of the earth around the sun, that is also a circular motion. Motion of a swing, that is periodic motion. And motion of a pendulum, that is also a periodic motion. So, is it common experience that the motion of some object is slow while some object is fast? So you have seen that some motions are fast and some motions are slow. So here slow and fast. We know that some vehicles also move very fast and some vehicles move very slow. So we know that some vehicles move faster than others. Even though some vehicles may move faster or slower at different times. For example, you can see, you can take an aeroplane example. Aeroplane move very fast while bicycle somewhat slow. So if vehicle are moving on a road is the same difference, same direction. We can easily tell which one of them is moving faster than the other. So let us look the motion of the vehicle. For example, on straight road is there, and on straight road two vehicles are moving together. One is so you can easily identify which vehicle move faster and which vehicle move slower. Now second is here very important thing is a speed. So speed also. So you are quite familiar. So you are quite familiar with the word speed. Generally, day to day also you use this word, speed word. So in the example given that two cars are moving together and one is moving faster and one is moving slower. So you can easily decide that the speed of that one car is more and speed of that other car is less. So in the example of higher speed seems to indicate that a given distance has been covered in a shorter time or a larger time covered in a given time. It means in given time that the given distance when covered a shorter time, it means speed is a faster or sometimes a distance covered in a longer time, it means speed is a slower. So the most convenient way, if we see, the most convenient way to find out which of the two or more objects is moving faster. So what you have to do, just you have to compare the distance moved by them in a unit time. So we can easily know the distance covered by an object in a unit time is a speed of the object. So we call the distance covered by an object in a unit time as the speed of the object. Let's move next. So in next page we can see that here we shall use the term speed for average speed. So for the speed is the total distance covered divided by the total time taken. So formula of the speed we can say speed is equal to total distance covered upon total time taken, because we shall use the term for average speed total distance covered divided by total time taken. So what is the formula of speed? Speed is equal to total distance covered upon total time taken. Here you can see that one blue box. In blue blocks you can say in everyday life seldom we move that object moving with a constant speed over a long distance for sometimes long duration of time. So speed of an object moving along a straight line keeps changing. Its motion is said to be non-uniform. For example, if straight road is there and vehicle move very smoothly, so we can say uniform motion. It is not changing that that speed of the vehicle, and sometimes roads and some bumpers are there and some peaks are there. So because of that we have to that sometimes our speed is more, sometimes our speed is less. So this is called non-uniform motion. It means on an object moving along a straight line with a constant speed. This is a uniform motion, and when object moving along a straight line keeps changing its motion is said to be non-uniform. So we can determine the speed of given object once we can measure the given time taken by it to cover a certain distance. So here that point 13.3 measurement of time. See here measurement of time 13 point number. So first earlier if you did not have a clock, how would you decide that what is the time of the day? So have you ever wondered that our elders that time in many earlier days clocks were not there. That time also we could tell the approximate time of the day by just looking a shadow sometime. So how do we measure the time interval of the month and sometimes the year? So our ancestors noticed that many events in nature repeat themselves after defined interval of time. So when we see, for example, here they found that the sun rises every day in the morning and after 12. So the time between one sunrise and one sunset. So one sunrise and after that again one sunrise means the next day. It called a one day complete, means 24 hours. And similarly in month also, month was measured from new moon to the other new moon. And here also we will see fix at the time taken to earth complete its one revolution. Now next is simple pendulum. This is the simple pendulum. This one, the working of clock is rather complex. Many small machineries are there nowadays in clock. So but all them make use of some periodic motion. And as you learn in 6th standard also, that most of well-known periodic motion is that of simple pendulum. Here you can see that clock and here pendulum also there. This one, this is pendulum clock. Pendulum clock, this one table clock, and this one digital clock we can see. Just number you can see this, and here one pendulum. See, this is the pendulum. This is the pendulum now. So a simple pendulum here. A simple pendulum consists of a small metallic ball. This one. This is the small metallic ball or a piece of some suspended, some rigid stand by a clock. Piece of stone you can use, and the metallic ball is called a bob of the pendulum. This one, bob of the pendulum. So in figure you can see, look closely to the picture. This is the bob of the pendulum. This one, bob of the pendulum. So it shows the pendulum at rest in its mean position when the bob of the pendulum is released after taking it slightly to one side. See here you can say first it is initial point is when that pendulum comes to A and again to A to B, means it comes in one periodic one motion. So this is oscillatory motion. So it begins to move to and fro. See, from here O to A and then A to B. It means this is the oscillatory, or you can say periodic motion. So simple pendulum. So that's why this simple pendulum is an example of oscillatory motion. Now the pendulum itself only have completed one oscillation when its bob starting from, I told you, when starting from O, then it goes to again A, then now again from O to B. So by the time complete one oscillation is called is time period. It means when pendulum from this is the initial point O, then it go to A, then again to B. It means this is the time period of the pendulum when it goes to A to B. So this is the time period. It means we can say it is the time period. Now moving to the next. Now moving to the next here, units of time and speed. This is also very important, units of time and speed. So as you very well you know, the basic unit of the time is called second, and its symbol is small s. This one, small s. And larger unit of time is, as you see, that larger unit of time is minute and hour. And this is already you know. These units are related to one another. It means you can say that 24 hours, it means 1 day, like that. So this is all, it means 60 seconds, it means 1 minute, and 60 minutes, it means 1 hour. It means we can say this all units are related to each other. After that, you must remember, here also you must remember the symbol of all units are written in singular, as I know here also, because second, means for second we use generally only, as for hour we use R, like that only. All units, that the symbol of the all units are written as a singular. Here examples also given. For example, if you want to write 50 kilometer like that, 50 kilometer, and so here you cannot write like that 50 kilometers A and S. No, this is wrong. So just a kilometer, always you have to write a singular. Now again moving to the next. Here also one very important point is there. This one, that measuring speed 13.4. This one, measuring speed. So having learned how to measure time and distance, you know that how to measure time, and so you can calculate the speed of an object. If you know the time and distance, you can calculate the speed of the object. Why? Because the formula of speed is distance covered upon time taken. So if you know distance and time, you can easily calculate the speed. Okay, so further, I hope you understood, students. Still, if you have any doubt, any query, you can write in the comment box, and further rest of the lesson I will explain in another video. So till then, go through the video twice for better understanding.